So tell us what's popping this time.
Lil Nas X is what's popping, and this time he seems to be a victim of his own community, and he has issued an apology to the trans community after being accused of mocking them.
So what did he do precisely?
Well, Lil Nas X did issue an apology to the trans community after he was accused of mocking them in a since-deleted tweet. That's what
Twitter.
I meant. On Twitter, yes.
Okay.
Well, he was accused of transitioning the punchline of a joke after tweeting a picture of an influencer and cited that she looked like him. Well, he captioned the picture of the influencer and he went on to say, "Glow Princess," with the caption saying the surgery was a success. He said, "Glow Princess," and he went on to say the surgery was a success. And this led his followers to slam him for his I put that in quotes, tone-deaf remarks. Mm-hmm.
So what prompted him to do it? Or he was just trolling?
Well, I don't know, because he just went on to say, this is what he said. He hit back at the accusations and said, "I'm literally just saying she looks like me. You cannot be effing serious." That's what he said, because a lot of people said that he was making a really tasteless joke on a man who was transitioning to female.
All right, so I'm looking at the original tweet right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this female I'm looking at isn't him.
That's another person.
Oh, the influencer.
That's the influencer.
Who looks like him?
Who he said looks like him.
And he captioned it, "The surgery was a success."
Yes.
Okay, that was a playful and funny tweet.
Mm-hmm.
So why are people angry?
Because he made an example of a gay cis male making transition a punchline joke.
And that's a problem because
I don't know. Trans community, help us understand why this is offensive.
I would say to the trans community that these jokes, I think humor is a good way of breaking the ice. So, for example, here in Uganda, our favorite jokes to make are tribalistic jokes, right?
Yes, they are.
When the Baganda are abusing their Cholis, are abusing the Banyankole, are abusing the Banyaranda.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you will always notice it's always coming from a place of love.
Yes, it is.
It's like we're laughing at each other.
Yeah, it's the punchline joke for every comedian in Uganda.
You get it?
Yes.
So if occasionally people want to throw some shade at trans people, it's all part of the humor of just life, in the same way that they make these jokes about men and jokes about women. I don't think trans people should try to make themselves off limits for humor, because then you just become a spoiled sport. You just become
I think there's like the line is very blurry, but Lil Nas X is also from the LGBTQ plus community.
So you think he'd have a whole pass?
I think he would have a whole pass. That's what I thought, but they're not having it. And
there's a hierarchy.
The thing is that I do not understand why they are offended by this. I don't get it.
It's because they live to be offended. That's the answer. Simple answer.
I think somebody should help me understand what is offensive about this. Because somebody went on and say, "You are a gay cis male. Why are you making transitioning a punchline of a joke?" Because he went on, he captured this beautiful trans woman's picture and say the surgery was a success. So I guess I guess to mean they transitioned successfully. Anyway, Lil Nas X went on to say, and he admitted he initially handled the situation with anger, and he later issued his apology and he deleted the post. He wrote, "Apologies to the trans community. I definitely handled the situation with anger instead of considering why it was not cool. Such love to you guys. Sorry." Well, some fans went on to thank him for his apology, and other fans were like, "No.
Cancel.
Still need to be punished for what you said."
But, people on the right wing of the political spectrum in the West or in America, they like to say that the left are going to eat each other up. And by that they mean, like, once your whole ideology rests on this hierarchy of victims, where women are oppressed, blacks are oppressed, gays are oppressed, lesbians are oppressed, and trans are oppressed, Now, what's going to happen is there's going to start to be infighting among those victim groups to decide who gets to claim victimhood more than the others. So that now it seems like trans people are at the top of the hierarchy. And I think gay people are starting to feel like, wait a minute.
We're being left out. So
we
need
used to be the ones who could we used to be the ones who could just say homophobia and make everyone keep quiet.
Yeah.
Now trans people are calling gays transphobic. And so now the gays have to keep quiet. So I'm sure they're not loving that right now.
The thing is, with every movement, whether it's in the homosexual, community, LGBTQ+, whether it's in religion or whatever the case may be, it always starts up with a great agenda for equal rights, for recognition, for, not to be discriminated against. And I'm all for that. But then there are just a select few who I feel who have felt that they have been, treated badly, and now it's their opportunity to take revenge on everybody. And those are the extremists. You see it in every movement. Every movement.
The oppressed become the oppressor.
Exactly, and that is not a good thing. It's really not a good thing. And you know what's crazy? I do not know what is going to come up after the LGBTQ+ community. I don't know which other community is going to come above that.
I think you have to
shut everybody else
I
down.
think the people who
it's crazy.
The people who sit above the trans people are the trans people of color. Because now if you're trans and also black, you have more cred than a white trans.
What about if you're trans and black and disabled?
Oh my gosh, then you're Jesus
Gold.
Christ. You can't be touched.
I'm not laughing. I don't want to laugh at this. But it's actually very scary because then these people just turn out to become the awful people that they did not like. And I feel like we need to, take a step back and reflect and just be humble, I guess. I guess be humble.
And let people have their fun. Look, if someone just if someone shares an off-color tweet, off-colored joke, just laugh and just embrace the humor, because by being a spoiled sport, always being grouchy, you just make people feel more negative towards you, which I don't think even works in your favor. You want people to think, because I've always thought of my best memory or an understanding of trans people is that these people love fun, they love to have a good time, and they embrace life, or at least that's what their voice portrayed. Now there's all this dourness and anger and just people, they're now just weird on social media. I don't get it.
Again, it goes back to the extremists in this group, the ones who are trying to, exploit the loopholes in the actual agenda.
So every group will have its fair share of, I don't want to say nutcases, but extremists, as you say.
Yes, that's true.
Who just can't get with the program, live life, and let others be. Instead, you want to turn this into a crusade against everyone.
Yeah.
And you're sort of just wearing this as your shield. I think that's sad.